Bitcoin has been rejected at around 97K a couple of times. Are we just stalling and getting ready for a bigger move, or is this the end of the rally and is more downside coming? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 95,320. We're going to start off here with the 2-week chart. This candle closes on Sunday in about 3 days and 3 hours, and right now we're having a nice green candle. We're coming off of another green candle prior, and we're above the 50 moving average, which is currently at $87,701. It looks like we're making our move towards this 21 moving average, which is currently at $103,717. The RSI is pointing up, and the stochastics RSI is also pointing up, so it's looking pretty bullish at the moment. We take a look at the weekly chart. This one also closes in 3 days and 3 hours. Stochastics are on the way up, RSI is on the way up. We went through the 80 moving average, and we're very close to that 50 moving average, which is at 101,379. I'm hoping we could keep on pumping and finally tap that 50 moving average, and then there Bitcoin is going to have a decision point. Are we going to close the candle above the 50 moving average and possibly re-enter the bull market, or will we be rejected just like all other bear markets and then finally make our way down? We have to keep in mind that this is still technically a possible bear flag here, elongated, so we're not out of the woodworks yet. We could still go sideways here. We could wick down from this 50 moving average, and this bear flag could still play out. The new measured move to this one would be for right now around 68K, so about 70 to 65K, I would say. We also gotta keep in mind that even if we do go up, this can end up being a head and shoulder, left shoulder head, and we could be creating a right shoulder unless we could get above the all-time high, which is basically at around 126. So these are all things to keep in mind even if we do get a nice pump up. Now we move on to the other time frames. The 3-day chart, the stochastics RSI are toppy. Right now the 200 moving average is at 90,347, so we should have some support there. It's kind of looking like a double bottom here. It looks like we want to make our way towards the 50 moving average once again at 102K. So there's a lot of signs pointing that we could possibly make it towards 100K. We take a look at the 2-day chart, the stochastics here. If we zoom in, we can see we're toppy, but we just started rolling back up. So this is bullish for the short term here for us to make a move. We're getting rejected off this 50 moving average. That's currently at 96,312. We're trying to stay above it here. We're getting rejected. This candle closes in a day and 3 hours. Let's see what ends up happening. If we get rejected here, this could be tweezer tops. Maybe we could just go sideways. This could end up being some type of a cup and handle for a bigger move. As long as we could stay above this 21 moving average at 90,049, we might be okay. Let's see what happens. On the daily chart, stochastics, we're on the way up. We're starting to get a little toppy. I'm starting to see a little curvature here. It's hard to say. We could probably drag here for a little bit. Maybe we have an opportunity to have one more run up before we come down. The RSI though is rolled over at the moment. We got rejected off the 100 moving average. If we could close a candle above this 100 moving average, then our next stop could be towards this 200 moving average, which is currently at 106K pretty much. Now on the 22-hour chart, we're also getting toppy. We got rejected off the 200 moving average. That's at 97,227. Anytime we got to about 97K, we started getting rejected. Hopefully this 97K is not the new 94K that every time we touch it we get rejected, but you know, it's expected. We made a pretty big move up pretty fast, so some consolidation does have to happen in order for us to gear up for a bigger move. On the 12-hour chart, we also got rejected off the 200 moving average. 10-hour chart, we're kind of far away from the 21 moving average. That's at 92,793. Stochastics are on the way down, so we might still have to pull back a little bit more. Maybe once the 21 moving average catches up to price, from there we could start blasting up. 8-hour chart is also looking toppy, far away from the 21 moving average. Now on the 4-hour chart, we were far from the 21 moving average. We're starting to catch up now. That's currently at 94,610. I'm thinking we should have some type of support at around 94K. We have to see what ends up happening once we reset here on the stochastics RSI. We're getting close. If we can maintain above the 21 moving average, we could possibly make another move up. I currently have this in some type of a flag, but it's starting to look kind of like a symmetrical triangle, and these could go either way. They could go up or they could come down. Right now the measured move to this going up would take us to about 100,270, pretty much signaling what the other higher time frames are showing, that we kind of want to make it to 100K. But if we actually dip down, this could probably take us below 93K. So it's very important for us to stay above this 21 moving average at the moment. Now we take a look at the 1-hour chart. The stochastics are about to reset here, but one thing that I'm not liking is that we did lose the 21 moving average. We lost the 50 moving average, and this is kind of looking to me like a head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. and the measured move to this could pretty much take us down to about this 200 moving average, which is at 92,319. So, which is pretty much what I was telling you guys could happen if this is a symmetrical triangle and we do fall over. We're probably going to go and revisit 92 or 93k. I'm going to leave that as a possibility. If we could stay above this 200 moving average and we could come back up, that would be bullish. Let's see if this doesn't play out, but this clearly does look to me like a head and shoulder pattern. Right now we are at the bottom of the flag here, so this is going to decide what's going to happen. Maybe we bounce up, we go back to the 21 moving average, and then that's going to let us know what's going to happen. If we could get above the 21 moving average, then we're good. If we get rejected, we're probably going to have more downside. Now on the 15-minute chart, stochastics are low, so this is looking pretty good. We did lose all the moving averages here, but it looks like we might be making some type of V-shaped recovery. Maybe we make it up. This could be a left shoulder, a head. We come back down, make a right shoulder. From there, we blast up. So right now, it's a little bit indecisive. Pretty much just like what the 4 hour is telling us with this symmetrical triangle. It could go either way. So we just have to pay attention to the moving averages and see what ends up happening. I feel that if we come down, we could probably hold support at around 92k. And if we go up, we have to break the resistance of 97, 98k. And then if we do, that'll probably take us towards 100k. All right, guys. So that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.